To come back to the conversation we're having here in studio with Marcus Aganga, who is the Deputy Coordinator of the Elections Observers Group, just talking to us about the voter registration exercise that is currently ongoing. We only have 8 days to go, and the question really is, will IEBC be able to hit the target of 6 million that they had before this whole process began? Marcus, thank you so much for staying on. So I wanted to ask, I mean, you mentioned that the IEBC is really not the sole institution that should be behind, voter registration and getting Kenyans out there to register. But we've seen a lot of political activity. We've seen leaders, traverse the whole country asking people to go out and register. Who else needs to be involved in this? Because it seems like the two, people, the politicians and the institution are currently doing what they need to do.
See, what is happening, Betty, that we are asking guys to go and register. And then they know they should register. They know.
They know.
Yeah, but I think the problem was earlier. Why should they register?
Okay.
I mean, show them and that's why the need for voter education. Explain to the people why they need to register. And that's what is largely lacking. What we have here is most guys telling guys, go and register. Go and register. And as we were discussing earlier, people are not seeing the need to register.
Okay.
Tell me why I should register when my child is suffering from hunger. Why should I register when my cows are dying? Why should I register when I've seen nothing, my life has not changed the last 5 years?
Right.
So I think from where I sit, there's a need to reorient, a need for paradigm shifts in the way in which we carry voter education. In fact, I'm just going through our ELOG report that we have right now. In all the centers that we were able to observe, we were only able to see only 16% of the centers we visited, we were able to see some sort of voter education going around.
Okay.
The rest didn't have. That means that is 60% against 100%.
But is this the right time to be talking about voter education? Isn't it too late? We only have 8 days to go.
Yeah, but they say better late than never.
So in these 8 days, we can actually
educate them. Education is a long-term process, and it never ceases to stop. I think, for me, we need to change the way we do our mobilization drives. Show the people that this is why we need to register. And a number of concerns that ELOG has is, while ELOG appreciates the need to drive for voter registration, we are also concerned as ELOG about forced registration.
Right.
Or coerced registration. You can coerce someone by either saying, if you don't do it, we shall beat you up, or give them money. Like what happened in Migori County the other day when Boda Boda Sacco threw away a number of Boda Boda guys who didn't have registration cards. This is not good. And as ELOG, we are taking note of those kind of things.
So moving forward, I mean, with 8 days, what is ELOG suggesting? What solutions do you have to get people to register? Do you have any, or to help IEBC get to at least even if it's not 6 million, at least something close to that?
One, I think, is a number of things we are suggesting. One, to deal with the problem of drought and our pastoral communities. Take the registration to them. If there is a food point in some area, take the registration to them. That is a major way to help the issue. The second thing that we need to see happening is IEBC to be robust in terms of, because a number of centers have registered equipment failure. Even here in Nairobi, in Homa Bay County, in Isiolo County, we witness a massive equipment failure. And when people hear these kind of things, they get disillusioned. So we want to advise IEBC to move with speed to ensure that while there is equipment failure, equipment are availed to help the process continue.
All right.
And the other thing that I think we need to help in the process is again to appeal to Kenyans that this is our process. The registration, IEB is merely facilitating the process, but we need to own the process.
All right.
And let us trust our institutions and support them. Come out and register to vote.
Okay.
If you want to change the way things are done, the only voice you have is your vote.
As ELOG, as an election observer, what is your take on the issues that have been cropping up? I mean, the other day, CORD said, was saying that the NIS is involved, in already getting numbers to the Jubilee side. Of course, the issues to do with foreigners coming from other countries to Kenya. Jubilee just on Friday said that, CORD was favored with the BVR kits.
Yeah.
I mean, all sorts of issues cropping up. You also have the issues that IEBC is dealing with the double identification numbers. From your perspective, does this worry you that, at the end of the day, as much as we'll finish this process, there's going to be so many questions about it?
Now, let me just say this, Betty. One of the requirements of our electoral process is that it should be very accountable, and the process should be free from error as much as we can.
Okay.
Now, when CORD accuses of foreigners being enlisted or minors being enlisted, I think from an observation point of view, we want, and I think CORD went ahead and gave out a proof for what they were saying, but we want IEBC and the Registration Bureau to really move with the speed and clarify the matter, clean the register. Whose responsibility is it when two Kenyans share the same ID number? It's really pathetic.
Okay.
So we are asking the Registration Bureau, together with IEBC, to work together closely to clean the register and show Kenyans that indeed we are working to clear the problem.
All right.
Regarding people being registered outside, ILO can speak to it much.
All right.
Because we are monitoring within Kenya.
Okay.
And the BVR kits are deployed within our soil. So if there are occasions where it's gone outside, I think they need to bring evidence, and I think government should act with speed and address those issues, because they will ultimately
they'll crop up later on.
Yes, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Marcus, for your time. Marcus Agenga, he's the Deputy Coordinator of the Elections Observers Group. Thank you so much for your time.